So I've been in Paris now for a few days here, and when I took this trip to Europe, I've only brought with me an iPad for all my trading, an iPad Pro. Been doing all my trading on this since then. Today I want to share with you my thoughts on it and how it is to trade from an iPad Pro, whether I'll switch back to a laptop or not. And I'm gonna go to Prague too, so we'll do this while I go to Prague later today. So let's have a look. Let's quickly talk about why do I bring an iPad for trading. What's the point of an iPad compared to a laptop? Laptops are pretty lightweight, they're pretty easy to use. And to this I'll reply that it's pretty simple. I want the flexibility to use the touchscreen if I want to. I want to be able to take notes on it, to draw if I need to on it, to make any kind of handwritten notes that I have to a lot sometimes to kind of brainstorm. I found the iPad to be lighter than a typical notebook or like a MacBook Pro or something, which will be kind of similar. And the form factor is also quite smaller. So for me, when I travel, take a backpack with me to go in different cities, it's a lot easier to do it that way. So it's just a good way to do it. The biggest downsides are, of course, the operating system. It's a lot tougher to do work on the iPadOS software compared to a Mac, one of the big issues. But there's a lot of trading platforms you can use, and most of the things I use are there and they work fine. Let's have a look at it. Alright, so I was waiting to come back here home in Thailand to record this, but tell me this doesn't look like a MacBook Pro, like a full computer, everything there. It's the same thing. You can do everything here I do on my MacBook. This is TradingView here on the right side with my charts and the browser. And I've got my MyFX book, which is like my journal. I'm not logged in right now. It's a weekend too. I have some time to record this here. But it's the same thing as a computer. Like the same thing is right there. Now, one thing I prefer is to use the TradingView version on the browser. Most of these things I use on the iPad are all in the browser, including the Trading Journal. I'm using now TradeZilla, but also TradingView, because this is the app here. I've got a wide monitor, a little bit wider than normal. It's a curved monitor, and you can see TradingView here doesn't fit the whole screen. If I try to resize it, it will not go bigger than this. This is the maximum I can get it to. It's kind of messy too, like you cannot do everything. Here you got to use the little menu at the bottom, which is very annoying. It's very not user-friendly for a desktop environment. So you have to scroll through pairs here. I don't want to deal with that. You can try to make it bigger, it just won't kind of fit the screen. So I use this right here, the browser, for everything I do. You can see you have the option to pin things on iPadOS. I pin it here in the corner of my screen. It's always there. I have a quick click there and I get to my charts. I can easily change pairs with my keyboard, do all the kind of analysis I want to do here. When I'm connected to a big screen like this at home, if I'm traveling and connected to TV of the hotel, also works great. Or if I'm on the go, then I just use this iPad over here. I've got everything on it. I've got the Magic Keyboard connected to it usually. I have the Apple Pen for some chart analysis if I really want to. But that stuff does everything I need to do. All the brokers I use connect to it. You can see we have here 8cap. We've got Pepperstone, which I use sometimes. Interactive Brokers, where my big investing account is. All these brokers that I use every day, they're there. I can just use them and connect there right away. This MacBook Pro here is starting to really collect some dust. I've not used it for about, I think, 3 months now since I was in Europe. I came back home, didn't use it at all. I think I used it one time. A lot of dust into it, of course. I like the aspect ratio better on the iPad for chart analysis. I feel like it's bigger, it's higher little, less wide. So to me, that kind of sounds better. So depend what you prefer, of course. When it comes to trading journals, the two that I'm using now are this one over here called TradeZilla. TradeZilla is a really good platform. There's all my stats there. Works out pretty well. It's all based in the browser, and that makes things easier too, because I don't have to download an app with features missing because it's on the iPad. I can just do everything on the browser. Much easier. Might just be easier to see here on the full screen, but everything is there. Kind of cool. Then if I want to have a look at my trades on Trello, I can do that too. All my trades are there, logged, and I've not used this for a while now. I'm trying different ways of journaling, kind of see what fits better and what I can use to get the most out of my journal. But this has been going fine too. So I can look at this journal here, add some trades if I want to. Works out quite well. By the way, if you want to see in depth how I use TradingView on my iPad, every single feature you can use, I've done a video in the past on this. You can look at it over here in the corner. It's going to go through how to trade on TradingView and a lot of things you can do to maximize your results on your iPad if you have an iPad, or you're just curious about it and want to try it out. Check out this video in the corner. We'll save you a lot of time for sure with TradingView, which is, in my opinion, the best app for trading on your iPad. Okay, so here's the kind of awkward time when you go back from Thailand, here where I am right now, to when I was traveling in Europe a few weeks ago in Prague. So let's get back in time. Bit of a transition, but yeah, let's go and see how this works in real. One thing I like to do is at the end of like a really busy day, let's say we've been walking a lot, traveling a lot, and working a lot too. I want to just look at the charts quickly. I can just take out the iPad from the Magic Keyboard stand, just look at it, have the pen, scroll through my charts. I kind of like it a lot. It makes it more enjoyable to do it, a lot less like work heavy, so you just don't look at the charts and Just analysis quickly or look at like how trades are unfolding. So that's kind of cool. I like it a lot. If anything, working on the iPad makes things kind of fun and just more enjoyable sometimes. Now, before we leave Paris today, we're going to Prague. Like I said, we're going to have to buy some macaron. So let's go to the shop. We found a really good shop for macaron the past few days. Definitely enjoyable. So let's have a look and get some macaron before we leave. Okay, so it's Monday morning. We are in Prague right now. Just got to a cafe. Today happens to be Starbucks with my iPad. Go through the charts. So just opening a TradingView on the iPad. Going through the charts, scrolling one by one to every pair. Very simple. I tend to like better the web version as opposed to the app. The web version, you can do more with it. It's kind of more flexible. There's more things. With the same as on the desktop computer, so it's easier for me to go on the browser. Just to go through the charts that way. So I go through all the pairs one by one. I go see if my setup is there. And it just kind of works out quite well like this. I can do all I want with TradingView. I've got my brokers that I can connect to trade. I use Interactive Broker for my investing account, which is more like a long-term account. And I use EdGap or Pepperstone for my swing trading. So those things are all integrated there. You can just connect there directly. It's easy, very simple, and that works well. So we'll go through the charts now, and let's show you a bit about Prague after that. Looks like I have a trade on the USD Thai baht, so I might have to enter this, but I have to wait till the candle close, which is in my time here about 11 p.m. tonight. So gotta wait for this one. Yep, this is what I do every day. Go through the charts, look for setups, then I do other things in the meantime when I'm waiting for trades to unfold or to happen or whatever. Very hands-off kind of trading. If you want to see more about my traveling and trading setup, things I use when I travel, and also how I use my iPad to travel, you think you will like this video next. It's right over here on the side. Check it out. Leave your thoughts below in the comment section. I would love to hear what you think. Do you have an iPad? Do you trade with an iPad or not? And hopefully I can catch you back here in the next video pretty soon. Ciao.